Okay, before and after, we have to draw before and after at the same figure. This is before international trade. CIC node. This is point of general equilibrium before international trade. And now after international trade, there is a new international price, which is TOT, which is higher than so we are going to be tangent to a higher indifference curve. Okay, so the black lines are related to before international trade and the red lines after international trade. With respect to number 1, production. Number 1, with respect to production, labor will be more efficient in the production of the products. So production is going to increase compared to before international trade. With respect to consumption, people can buy products at lower prices. So in general, standard of living is going to increase. What's meant by standard of living? Standard of living is measured by GDP per capita. GDP per capita means GDP per person or per individual. So it's calculated as GDP divided by number of population. So the higher the GDP per capita, the higher the standard of living. Okay, do you think who gains more? The importing country or the exporting country, or in other terms? Country A or country B? Returning back to our example that the autarky price in country A was half and in country B was 1.5, and TOT should be somewhere between half and 1.5. So which country is going to gain more? Country A or country B? This is depend on TOT. The closer the terms of trade, the TOT, to one country, to one country's autarky price, the greater the gain to the other country. This means that if TOT is 0.7, so it is closer to 0.5 than to 1.5. So country B will gain more, as people in country B will get a product with 0.7 and they have to pay 1.5. So they are going to save more. But if the TOT is 1.2, which is closer to country B's autarky price, so country A will gain more, as people in country A used to sell the product at half, but now they are going to sell it at 1.2. So they are going to make more profits. This is the end of the classical model. But what is the main criticism of the classical model? Number one, the model identifies that country A has an advantage in the production of soybeans compared to country B and vice versa. Why? So the main criticism that the model doesn't explain why there is a difference in productivity level between countries. Number two, it is based on unrealistic assumptions. As we said, labor is the only relevant factor of production. Do you think that labor is the only relevant, really? Maybe capital can be used and is also relevant and will affect the price of the commodity as well. So the model is based on unrealistic assumption. So what is the importance of the classical model? This is the two main criticisms. So what is why do we study the classical model? Number one, provides motive for trade. Encourage countries to trade. Number two, explains why high wage countries may still benefit from trade. And this is mainly related to the comparative advantage theory. As we said in the comparative advantage, that one country has an absolute in the production of the two commodities, and the other one has disadvantage in the production of two commodities. And we have proved that both of them can specialize in the production of a product and get benefit, and the world production of the two commodities is going to increase as well. So this theory helps to explain why high wage country can benefit from international trade and specialization. This is the end of our chapter. Thank you. See you next week.